something in now. Come on. The boat's moving. You're trying to grab the fish. He doesn't want to be caught. That's smallmouth fishing right there.
Okay. 2 pounds, 11 ounces.
211. Sturgeon Bay. Almost went in.
JT, what we haven't seen, though, is those 5 and 6 pounders this place is known for. I truly think it's the cloud cover, the lack of sun.
I mean, the key to the whole deal is idling around with my Humminbird and Lake Master mapping. I mean, having a good map is the deal.
I'm sitting here looking at our red crest standing, and Beehive is in 63rd place. That's forever out of there. But because we've got such a condensed season, he has a top 10. Mathematically, he's not out of it. He'll have a chance to probably make one of the biggest moves.
Now we'll hop over with Josh Bertrand as he's hooked up. Marty, you can really see that. There we're going to have a 2-minute fish handling violation for Josh.
That'll be a fish landing.
You can really see that wind's picking up. He just took a little bit over the bow there.
Just kidding. 2 pounds, 6 ounces.
All right, thanks, man. 2.6. All right, well, there's still a few fish left up here. It's much more difficult in this wind, but I feel good that at least they haven't completely vacated this spot. We are probably just going to hammer this out until the break, like I just said. But what this is right here is it's a place I don't think the fish live here full time. I think this is a feeding place, and the fish are here because of the wind. And the wind earlier was smack dab right into it. Now the wind's kind of coming over the side of it. But if the wind were to shift and blow out of the south, it'd blow the fish right off this thing, and it doesn't have like a lot of nice boulders or anything like that to hold them. And I've got plenty of places like that. Those types of places, you can pull up and catch a fish here, catch a fish there, catch a fish here, catch a fish there. And that's what I was planning on doing, and we'll probably do at some point. But if you can find these places where they've got the bait pushed in, these schools of, I would assume, alewives pushed in, that's where you can go on a serious run. And we were lucky we did it twice so far. There's still some fish hanging around here. But I don't know, I'd love to just keep stacking that weight so I can go look for more places like this. If we get our back against the wall, we can slow it down. Just fish those areas that have boulders where those fish, where they just live. But I love looking for that needle in a haystack, that swinging for, looking for that home run instead of hitting singles. If you can find a place like that, you can do some damage, and every day it's going to change. Every day the wind is going to blow a different direction and stuff, so you're going to need a lot of places. No one's going to be able to ride one spot, I guarantee it. How much time do we have, man?
Yeah, 45 seconds.
That was nicely broken down, though, by Bertrand right there, about kind of what's going on in that area.
And understanding the nuances.
As we go back over to B Height again, and he's hooked up.
Another clone.
Marty, I think there's going to be some raw thumbs at the end of the day today.
Sore, very sore. They're going to need their care packet of Medterra pain cream to be able to relieve the soreness.
We're going to get you now. You swallowed that shit. You swallowed it.
2 pounds, 3 ounces.
Boom! Think I'll make another cast there.
I recommend it.
Maybe. Need another worm.
Now we're back over to our leader at the top of the score tracker, Justin Lucas.
£3, 15. Hold on. 2 pounds, 15 ounces.
Okay. Double checking there.
Gotcha.
And now over to Bertrand again.
Got one, man. Boy, he's shaking his head like he's big. I've said this and been wrong several times today, though. About a 3-pounder. 3.5. Flatworm in the nose.
Well, we've seen that a lot today.
£3, 0 ounces.
Thank you. Look how dark that thing is. Ah. There's still a few here. We got to just keep catching. May as well.
Watching Bertrand reminds me of the first time in Erie that I've ever fought a smallmouth over my head. You know exactly what I'm talking about too, don't you? Waves get big enough, and for people that wonder why we let them trailer and how rough water can be, these are the type of lakes when it flows, and it's starting to now. You're in the wrong area. You'll hook a smallmouth, go down in the swell. He will jump. The wave will be above your head, and so will the smallmouth.
In waves like this, you got to have a bait that the fish will hold on to when they bite it, because you're not going to feel the bite. Even though you're using a good rod, a good line, you're not going to feel the bite as quickly as you normally would. So something with a lot of scent, to me, gives me a lot more confidence. Something like max scent or gulp. That's why I love it so much for smallmouth. When it gets really rough like this, if they hold on to it for a little bit longer, it gives you more time to set the hook. I mean, you rarely, in waves like this, you rarely feel a tick. A lot of times it's just pressure.
We'll go over and have a look at Jonathan Van Dam boat to boat. He's hooked up.
We haven't talked a lot about him other than the fact we thought he was going to have a good event. At the end of the first period, he was in 21st place with 11.9. Now he's at 38.14, making some noise in a past winner on this body of water.
And with that one, that was a 3-2 that moves him up to 11 with 38 pounds and 14 ounces as Jonathan Van Dam. Have a look here at Brent Chapman has moved himself up into 12th place. He's got 34 pounds and 12 ounces. We get to see a picture of his 310 that he just put on the score tracker. That is a good one.
Nitro, a rush of tournament adrenaline. Nitro, the choice of champions. A big water beast. A pure fishing machine. Nitro, release the champion within. Now, for a limited time, receive up to a $500 gift card with purchase of select Nitro boats.
The fear of failure is failure itself. The world of science rewards the ones who are willing to try and fail. Because without the courage to embrace failure, ideas remain ideas. But with that courage to fail and to learn, ideas can change the world.
Built for the guy who has everything and needs to tow it. The Tow and Stow is equipped with multiple ball sizes and adjusts in 1-inch increments to the height of your trailer for level towing. Best of all, it stows when you aren't using it, away from your shins and garage door. Machined from American steel, with a 2-stage finish, the Tow and Stow is the last hitch you'll ever need.
Nobody wants to run out of power when they're on the water. There is a better way. Introducing the Charge Marine Power Management Station from PowerPole that does the work of 3 devices: a traditional battery charger, a charge on the run, and an emergency start system. PowerPole Charge.
Hardcore is very excited to debut a new lineup of baits for 2020.
Because of the magnetic weight transfer system, Hardcore outcasts and outfishes any other lure.
These brilliant color patterns and lifelike action make these baits the total package. Check out the new Hardcore coming to the U.S. market this summer.
One thing we can't afford as anglers is hitting the water without enough power. I trust Lithium Pros because it charges 5 times quicker and lasts 5 times longer than traditional batteries.
And the amount of weight saved using Lithium Pros is like leaving your co-angler at the boat ramp. Your boat will go faster, handle better, and require less stops at the gas pump.
So quit managing your power. Kick that trolling motor on high and just go fishing.
Save weight, save time, go faster. Lithium Pros, the one battery you need.
Major League Fishing's Bass Pro Tour is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. Toyota, let's go places. Mercury, go boldly. Abu Garcia, fish to win. And by Lowrance, America's #1 fish finder.
Welcome back into Major League Fishing's Bass Pro Tour. The Covercraft Stage 5 Sturgeon Bay is presented by Abu Garcia. Winding down the end of Period 2. Get a beautiful look at the Sturgeon Bay, Green Bay area. Door County, so kind to the Bass Pro Tour, rolling out the red carpet for us this week on relatively short notice. We thank them once again, this beautiful area of the country. I think by week's end, it may be more known for fishing than even football.
Okay.
Oh, that's going out on a limb there.
No? All right. We're catching football-sized fish.
No, this place is also known as a cattle
Dairy
heavyweight.
and cattle. Cheese
I
country.
don't think he's that big,
We
but
let
they're all
cows out today.
2-pounders, 2.5, which is perfect.
I say that. I don't think the true big fish have showed up yet.
Come here, little booger. Can't even see you. course. Now I got too much string out.
You mean we haven't seen a true Green Bay Goliath?
No.
He's not ready.
And what size would that be?
I would think 5.5 and up, I would say.
That would be height. Oh, come on. There we go. A little better. Swallowed it. Uh-oh. Pulled it out, got in another one. Threw him a drop shot, sinker off.
Okay. 2 pounds, 15 ounces.
215. That's another nice one. Come on, buddy. There it goes.
We look boat to boat at Jonathan Van Dam, who is up to 8th place with a huge run here in this second period. He's caught over 31 pounds in the period to go from 21st up to 8th place.
Wow, another good fish.
Not as big as I thought he was, but still a solid one.
It's got a gut on it.
.313.
He told me before this event, him and his dad, Randy, Kevin's brother, used to always fish the Sturgeon Bay Open together. So he's got a ton of experience. And when he won back here in 2012, to nobody's surprise, but he said before this event, never has he fished here with this amount of water being in play.
Here's Scott Suggs trying to close in again on Justin Lucas at the top of the score track. The difference is 6 pounds, 9 ounces currently.
He's away from the bridge pilings and the concrete barriers that we had seen him fishing so much earlier in first and second period.
How well he's got him. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Look like a fair specimen, Marty. He must not be too far from that bridge.
He's not.
I can hear the cars going over the top.
I was wrong.
He's switched.
Stand corrected.
He's switched techniques, though. He's got bait casting equipment now. We had saw him with the upside down pole all morning.
He told me what drove him to come into this canal. The first day of practice, he went out there on the second cast out in the lake. He caught a 5.5 pounder. Going to be easy. At 11:30, the first day of practice, 11:30, the first day of practice, he hadn't had another bite. Not another bite. And then come in to the canal area and started putting the pieces of the puzzle.
Don't move. There you go.
$4 pounds even.
Get us away from that bridge. What a toad. Look at that. Swim bait.
So Suggs is in second. Bertrand is third. The difference between Suggs and Bertrand is 19 pounds.
Better finish.
And the difference between Bertrand and fourth place James Elam is 21 pounds.
Right my line. That's why I haven't been swinging.
Another fish handling violation.
Dang it.
Fish landing violation, a 2-minute penalty.
I would say the difference between
that
Bertrand
stinks.
and Suggs is about 6
Haven't
inches.
swung one
Josh is a
Hardly
lot
all
taller
day.
than Scott.
Yes.
Josh is a tall drink of water. Have you ever met him,
Yeah.
like, face-to-face?
2 minutes.
He's a big guy.
2 pounds, 1 ounce.
Thank you.
Andy was standing on the
while we
deck of his
drift
boat
off
when
into
I
the abyss,
met him for
I'll
the
talk a
first
little
time,
more
so
about
he
what
was
I'm doing.
considerably taller than I.
I would say.
It's so key, you know, I mean, like I said, this particular spot right here is a really, really wide, vast, it's like a point of a reef, but it's like the size of a couple football fields, and the fish are just bouncing back and forth. They're not sitting on one cluster of rocks. They're cruising, looking for bait and stuff. So I'm using live scope, and even in these waves, you can use live scope. You know, a lot of people ask when they're looking into trying to buy live scope, like, is it worthless in the waves? And it still is really effective in the waves. Your trolling motor, wherever your trolling motor is facing, is where that transducer is shooting. And it's very easy just to, even in this rough water, to pan the trolling motor around. There's no interference between your trolling motor, because it's brushless, the Garmin, and the actual live scope unit. So, you know, if you don't have a brushless trolling motor, they're prone to interference no matter what type of units you're running. So it's really hard if you're up in this rough water, you're running your trolling motor on 70%, your screen is black. But with a brushless trolling motor, you have no interference. You can see everything that's down there, even in this rough water. So, I mean, the trolling motor is up and down, in and out of the water, but all these fish we're catching, we're seeing first on live scope. We're seeing them, they're 20 feet over there. We pitch over there or get the boat on top of them, drop them, and catch them.
That's something I didn't realize.
Here's Suggs.
Looked up again. We'll talk about somebody that's making some noise in this little canal. It's this guy right here.
Now you say a little canal. I mean, it's 45 minutes run end to end with all the no wake zones and everything they've got in there. But I don't know if you and I thought that we were coming here to watch this event, that we were going to see this kind of damage in a canal.
I see that.
That's a big one.
It did look like a formidable adversary, Scott.
Now, what did you say?
5.5.
5.5?
I said
Please stay on fish. You're a dang good one. Please stay on.
I don't think this would be a Green Bay Goliath, though, since we're in the canal. It'd be a canal clodhopper.
A canal Clydesdale?
Oh, even better.
Oh, don't do that. That's a big one. Please stay on. Please.
That is a big one. This feels really awkward right now.
Oh, there's your 5-pounder. If it ain't, it's pushing it. Woo! What a bass. Well, he was hooked a lot better than I thought he was. A whole lot better than I thought he was.
£5, 6 ounces.
What I'm talking about. Look at that gorilla. Berkeley, maybe we're back in the big bass hunt. What a fish. Go on, girl. She'll go. She just worn out. She just tired from the fight.
How about leading the big bass hunt? Scott Suggs.
She was hooked. She wasn't hooked for nowhere to hurt her. Look at her. She just laying there. Here's she figuring to go. There she went. Oh my gosh.
Berkeley big bass leader Scott Suggs.
Gorilla?
He's now 1 pound out of the lead, too.
There goes the weed cutting machine. Look at him. Son, what a bass. What a bass.
Please, 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 please.
Lucas's lead has been narrowed to 1 pound, 3 ounces.
got to be big fish in the way for me. Gotcha. Oh, see, they stop biting when I catch the biggest one I've caught all day.
4 pounds, 0 ounces.
Yeah. Right back at you, Suggs.
Shots fired.
Crazy.
I like it. Lucas's largest pushes his lead back to over 5 pounds. 10 minutes left here in the second period.
It's a little battle between the Berkeley brothers.
The sun's popping out and these bigger fish are starting to show off a little bit.
Sometimes, you know,
James
there's
Elam
grass up north
can
and
get
those
in on
zebra
the big
mussels
bass
grow in the
parade.
grass. And you do not want them to streak across that grass. I've lost a lot of giant ones at St. Lawrence River because of that. There's nothing you can really do. This is a good one, though. We'll take our time with it. Yeah, he's gonna tail with me. Come here. That's a good one. Ready?
Yeah.
Heavy 3.
3 pounds, 12 ounces.
312. That's a nice one. You know, these are summer bass. That could almost be a little fatter. It'd be nice, but man, that's a good fish. Put him right back where he belongs. We've got a good crowd over here, too.
Got a little gallery up there.
He does. Look at that. Bunch of spectators.
This is the only sport in town right now. By the championship round, we'll have some cheese heads on the bank.
Have you been to Lambeau Field?
No, but you went up there last year when we were at Wisconsin, didn't you? And I'm disappointed I did.
It's worth the drive.
Historical.
Sturgeon Bay, about 45 minutes to the north of Green Bay. That is on the land. On the water, they connect with one another. Lucas has connected with another bass.
Can't afford to be doing that with Suggs blasting 5-pounders.
Two pounds, 10 ounces.
It pisses me off anytime I lose fish. I can't stand it. Especially when you're doing everything right.
Every time Suggs gets close, Lucas catches a couple. To maintain his lead, it's now back up near 8 pounds. Winner of Group A, after their second day on the water, which will be Sunday, moves on to the championship round. Red Crest implications this week as the top 40 in the points race will advance to Red Crest 2021 in February on Grand Lake in the Cherokees in Oklahoma. You have heavy hitters, ramifications.
You have 8 minutes remaining.
You have cup event qualifications. You have a points race. We've got it all.
Hang on, we'll try to explain it as we go.
We approach 4 minutes left here in period 2. Remember, the lines out period this week is 30 minutes in between periods.
At least for today.
Anglers will be allowed to move as they need to on the water and on the land.